Washington Carver, renowned Negro scientist.
George Washington Carver was a plant doctor. Hit the crop rotation, cause the cotton picking like a cotton land. 300 uses for the peanut.
We have Ernest C. Cooper, also known as Super Cooper, Sergeant Cooper. We have the rapper, the record producer, book writer, author, and he's in the building right now, coming from Weeksville, North Carolina. You know, he wrote plenty of books from Slave to Hip Hop, Real Life Heroes 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2, and he also got a coloring book. You know, so right now, introducing Super Cooper.
Super Cooper.
Yo, man, so Super Cooper, I have a question for you. You know, I love your music. It's been positive. It's uplifting, positive messages about health, about historic figures, and in the African American culture. I wanted to say how you got started in music.
Oh, you know something, I really got started by listening to Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X speeches. And I had a historian by the name of Professor Kenneth Coleman. He really got me into writing about black history and changing it over to song lyrics and putting my music behind it. Professor 88 Keys.
That's when you was with the group The Gladiators with Demetrius.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Demetrius and the Gladiators.
Now, Demetrius and the Gladiators, explain to us how that got started, how you get to meet Demetrius.
Oh, well, Demetrius was a singer. He used to sing with chords back in the day. And so I ended up being introduced to him by Professor 88 Keys. And being that he had the experience of putting out professional music, recording and earnings, that he got me into it, you know?
Oh, wow, that's what's up. So what made you choose, when you left Weeksville, North Carolina, how old was you?
I was 15.
15. 15 years old. And explain Weeksville, and you grew up on a farm, you know, so explain that to us.
To be truthful, I grew up like a semi-slave because we used to work in the same fields that my great-grandparents worked in when they were slaves, in the same farms. So like by me working on the farm and everything, I picked up a lot of culture. But then when I came to New York, I got in and started going to school. That's when I really got into black history, hip hop.
Basically, let's talk about the new songs you just produced. George Washington Carver.
Yeah.
And then you also did Booker T. Washington. What inspires you to create them two songs right there?
Well, I'm always creating new songs, and I'm trying to see as many black leaders that I can get. Not too many people talk about Booker T. Washington and George Washington Carver.
What you feel is so special about them two individuals?
They was great. Like Booker T. Washington. Doing it back in the day when the schools when blacks was being discriminated against, and they built schools for the whites, but they didn't build schools for the blacks. Booker T. Washington organized a way to be able to do schools, make schools for black children in the South. And what he did, he ended up going working with other people to be able to allow them to pick out a way that the community would build the schools, like the churches and all in the community. And they ended up building 5,000 schools. 5,000 schools in the South.
Wow, man, that's a lot. And this is Booker T. Washington? That's amazing. Did Weeksville, South Carolina, can you relate with some of these pictures right here? The hardships and stuff like that?
Yes, usually this is South Africa. How they went through like some hard times. I can remember, I can relate to a lot of these pictures because it put me in mind of how when I grew up down in Weeksville, North Carolina.
Weeksville, North Carolina, yeah. Definitely. South Africa, the North Weeksville, Carolina, North Carolina, Weeksville. What school you attended to down there? What school you went to?
Oh, I went to Pasquotank County Elementary School.
Yeah.
Pasquotank is an Indian word. That was like the original people who did was the Pasquotank Indians.
Pasquotank Indians.
Yeah. And then there was elementary school. Then I went to P.W. Moore.
P.W. Moore?
But I only went there for 1 year before I came to New York. When I came to New York, I went to Theodore Roosevelt High School.
Oh, yeah, right there across the street from Fordham.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said your father helped build the schools down there?
My grandparents helped build the schools down there in our community.
Yeah.
They were just cut. Or maybe it was demolition.
I remember these old windows, though, these frames. Your first book was Real Heroes, or was
My first book was Real Life Superheroes.
Real Life Superheroes. All right, and how you came up with that title and what inspired you to do that book?
Well, what inspired me is because I used to write songs. I did songs about Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, Animal, Shaka Zulu. And I used to write the lyrics. And when I was writing the lyrics, I used to collect pictures around the lyrics and add them all on the sheet. Yeah. So that's what happened. I ended up getting creative by writing the lyrics, learning the songs, and doing the music. And doing the lyric sheet. Yeah. So that's how I got into it.
Good. And one thing I like to say about the real life superheroes is the illustration. The pictures is amazing, man. How you came about creating them pictures?
Well, you know something, I use Fiverr. Okay. I have the idea of the picture, for example, Malcolm X. I would find a nice picture of Malcolm X, and I would have the artist, freelance artist, to redo the picture the way that I like it to be done to match up. Yeah. So then he ended up, because I paid him for it, he ended up giving me the copyrights, and I was able to copyright it. Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
When I first tried to get it copyrighted, they asked me if I was the original artist. So I told them no. I told them the truth that I wasn't. I used to freelance. They said, oh, well, I cannot copyright it because I'm not the original artist. So this way I was able to communicate with him, and he was able to fill out the film to give me the rights for the copyright.
So you own the rights of all the pictures that's in Real Life Superheroes?
I own those pictures.
Wow. And one thing I also seen that you put together was a coloring book. Those are the same pictures in the coloring book?
Right. I used a freelance artist
Yeah.
to change it over, take out all the color and everything out.
Yeah.
And he was able to do it in the same pictures without the color.
Yeah. And where people can find your books from Real Life Superheroes and the coloring book?
Amazon.
Amazon? All right, so we could definitely, y'all looking for them great books. It's Amazon. It's great children books. They're great historic books and good books to follow. So you have 1 and you have volume 2, correct?
Right.
Do you cover the same people or
Different.
okay?
Altogether.
Can you give us a few names that you cover?
Okay, on the first book I have Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Okay.
And on the second book I have Mahatma Gandhi and
Yeah.
Shaka Zulu Hannibal.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you want me to, I can show you the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
When you get a chance.
We don't find it hard to make this request for less struggle, so do your best to include descendants economically, build up the wealth gap in the industry. Before the Civil War, African slaves were tortured and abused, now later to the graves. Plantation slaves were the ones most punished, slaved in the fields and they got no money.
African American descendants of slaves.
Come on now.
Give the reparations to descendants of slaves.
Still feel the pain.
Feel the pain and we suffer every day. Descendants of slaves in the USA.
After Civil War, slaves were freed in.
Man, I think you're such an amazing individual, from just composing music, creating music, producing music, to creating your own clothing line, to basically writing books and just spreading a positive message. And what would you like to say to new artists coming into the game? What would be your advice to any artist or anyone trying to get into the game of music or trying to be a book writer, anything of the arts? What would be your advice?
Well, you know something? If you take a quarter, right, and you put a piece of paper on top of the quarter, and you keep going over from side to side when you come to the quarter, you know you'll make the imprint of
Wow.
the quarter on the paper. So it's the same thing with learning music, lyrics, memorizing it. You have to keep going over it and over it until like you can just do it in your sleep.
Wow, that's what's up.
And so if you have something, it's good to work on something that means something, positive things, because it'll be around forever. You know? You stick to like the current events and everything like that, it comes and goes as the time goes, you know?
So you say basically be true to yourself and practice your craft and master it.
Right.
One phone call to one historic person. One of your favorite historians. Who are you calling right now?
Earl Sweden.
Oh, Sweden?
Earl Sweden.
All right, Earl Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah, and who's that?
Oh, he was a historian. He specialized in Black history and dug deep into Black history, in reference to like way before they say Columbus discovered America.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the stuff. So make that phone call.